Juno has a 3-day free trial right now if you log in and play from Friday, July 19th to the 21st. Juno officially launches on August 20th when Season 12 begins, but this weekend trial is basically a giant QA stress test to see if there are any major bugs or nerfs or buffs that are needed before the official release. The numbers in this video may change by then, but it should give you a great breakdown to help you get started. First, her weapon, the Medi Blaster. Juno fires a 12-round hit scan burst with 180 ammo, which means 15 shots before reloading. This deals 7 damage per bullet, so 84 damage total. You cannot headshot with this weapon, and armored targets cut this damage in half to 3.5 per shot. There is a weapon fall-off range of 30 meters to 45 meters, so you can see the 7 damage per bullet here starts to get weaker to 6 point something as I go further and further away, and it scales all the way down to 2.1 damage. That is a 70% damage fall-off beyond 45 meters. What I'm doing here is pinging my targets so you can see the distance between us. So as I go inside 45 meter range, the damage is scaling back up to 7, backing up away from 30 meters, 31 meters, a little under 7, and then they're dead. Now, Medi Blaster also heals, and it operates exactly the same as its offensive counterpart. 7 healing per bullet, 84 healing if you land all the bullets, and there's healing fall off. And if I'm not mistaken, this may be the first support hero that has this. You're healing 2.1 per bullet at the max range of 45 meters. It's like little raindrop pellets past this point. Let's move on to Juno's passive first, Martian Overboots, which does 2 things. 1, the boots allow her to double jump, feels similar to Genji. And 2, it allows you to slowly descend by holding the jump button, and it feels exactly the same as Mercy's. Now, things get fun when comboing her passive with her first ability, Glide Boost. This lets you glide horizontally with a 50% speed boost increase. It lasts 4 seconds with an 8-second cooldown. You can jump once while gliding, but it locks you into one axis, so you can't look up or down to fly in that direction, nor can you press a button to descend. Couple of quick tips: since you can only jump once, it's probably better to double jump before activating Glide Boost to gain a little more height depending on the situation. I've also discovered that one way to climb vertically is to hug your body against the map and use the natural curves of the map to push yourself up. For example, on Runesapi, you're unable to fly up to this high ground, right? But if you look carefully, it's slightly angled with a bit of texture, so rub Juno's body up on it while gliding and you can get on top. Ability number 2 is Pulsar Torpedoes. This ability locks onto any friendly and enemy players in your line of sight only. If you look away from your target or they break line of sight, it will not fire. If it hits a teammate, it heals a flat 75 HP and 60 HP over 3 seconds afterwards for a total of 135 HP. If it hits an enemy, it's 75 damage. You can hold the torpedoes for up to 4 seconds with a 10-second cooldown. If you cancel the ability or hold it but never actually lock onto a single target, the cooldown is reduced in half at only 5 seconds. But if there is a single target marked at any point, even if you look away, it will go on that full 10-second cooldown. This ability has a lock-on range of about 40 meters, so if you step beyond that distance, the lock-on disappears. As you can see, I'm moving in and out of the max range like so. A quick tip is that this works like Lifeweaver, where if a target moves behind cover while it's traveling, it will still follow them, unlike Kiriko. The damage portion doesn't follow the same rule, and enemies can break out of line of sight. The third ability is Hyper Ring, which fires a ring that increases movement speed by 50% for allies only, and that lasts for 3 seconds. Again, it's allies only, so enemies cannot use it. It lasts 6 seconds and has a 16-second cooldown upon firing, so by the time the ring actually expires, there's only 10 seconds left on the cooldown, effectively giving you a speed ring every 10 seconds. Hyper Ring has a max range of 15 meters before it opens up. Obviously, if you shoot it at the ground, you can shorten that distance. Now, this is not an active projectile, so D.Va cannot eat it, and barriers cannot block it. Quick tip number 1 is that the ring gives you the movement speed as soon as the projectile is traveling out, like before it turns into the ring. So if your teammates are kind of like clumped beside or in front of you, they will be speed boosted earlier. It will not work if they're behind you. That means if you fire it at its max distance, you and your team can gain that full speed benefit, and then you can pass through the ring and refresh the speed boost for another 3 seconds afterwards, which allows you to traverse about 45 meters with the speed benefit. Quick tip number 2 is that the speed boost in Overwatch is capped at 75%. So with Lucio on the default speed aura plus Juno's speed ring, you're already capped. So do not use Lucio's amp as you're passing through the ring. Instead, you want to space them out and layer them one after another. Finally, we have the ultimate Orbital Ray, which is a slow, linear traveling heal and damage boost buff. It travels only about 20 meters of distance and it only lasts 10 seconds. This gives any ally a 35% damage boost while firing inside of it, and it heals about 90 HP per second, so 900 HP total over the 10 seconds. This is just my estimation as far as testing goes because the workshop script doesn't actually work with this ability. So quick tip is that there's a bit of a lingering effect, so you don't have to stand in the ray at all times. You can pop in and out and still receive the benefits for about a second before it dissipates. That should be it for Juno's abilities. Oh yeah, her roundhouse kick from the trailer does normal melee damage. It's not like Zen's snap kick. Anyways, leave some Juno interactions and myths you want me to test for a full Mythbuster episode when she launches on August 20th.